Hello, English Corner friends. Are you ready to turn the corner of your English journey today? I'm Tina.
Hi, I'm Leo. Tina, I need your help today. Really.
Oh, what happened, Leo? You sound very serious.
I went to a party last night. Someone asked me a super simple question, and I just froze.
A question that made you freeze? Tell us what it was.
She asked me, "What do you do?" My brain was empty. I just said, I teach English. Then the conversation was over. So embarrassing.
Leo, that is classic English learner's amnesia. You can memorize hundreds of words, but when someone asks about your job, the only thing left in your head is, I am...
Yes, that exact feeling. And also, what if I wanted to tell her more about my day? I wanted to say I'm responsible for the podcast and the scripts, but I was so nervous about making a mistake.
I totally understand. And then, if someone asks about your future or your dream job, do you also feel like you can only say, my dream job is very good?
Exactly. I feel like a robot that can only say a few words. Tina, help me out.
This is what we are going to fix today. Don't worry, today we are going to learn 3 very natural conversation magic tools. They will help you talk about work with anyone, easily and naturally.
That is great. I can't wait. So, what are these 3 magic tools?
First, how to naturally ask and answer about your job. Second, a super sentence structure to describe what you are responsible for. And third, how to vividly describe your typical day, even for your dream job. These can make your conversation alive immediately.
Sounds so practical. Let's get started.
Okay, friends, let's enter our first real-life scenario. Imagine you are at that party, holding a drink. Leo, I'm the new friend. Ask me what I do for a living.
Okay, here we go. So, hi, I'm Leo. So, what is your job?
Good question, but you can make it sound a bit more natural. The classic way to ask is, what do you do? It's very clean. You just ask, what do you do?
What do you do? Got it. Okay, Tina, what do you do?
I work as an English podcast host. You can also just say your title, like, I'm a teacher, or I'm a designer. Note that we usually say, I'm a, and not, my job is a.
Oh, that was my mistake. I always try to translate word by word. So I don't say, my job is a teacher. I just say, I'm a teacher.
Exactly right. Okay, your turn. Leo, what do you do?
I'm a podcaster, and I work as an English content creator. How was that?
Wow, amazing, Leo. You used I'm a and I work as. Both are very natural expressions. How does it feel?
It feels much better. I don't sound like a broken robot. I sound like a real person.
That's the goal. Now, the conversation usually continues. You might want to ask where the person works. You can ask, where do you work? Or who do you work for?
Oh, I see. So I can say, I work for a small media company. Or, I work at a studio in the city center.
Perfect. And what if you are your own boss?
I know this one. I remember you said, you can just say I'm self-employed. I am my own boss.
Great memory. See, how to talk about your job and company is that simple. Okay, the party chat is over. Now, the scene changes. You and that friend sit down and talk more deeply. She wants to know what you specifically do. Leo, are you ready for our second scenario, the focused practice?
Ready. She asks me, so what do you actually do every day?
Right. At this moment, you cannot just say, I teach. It's too simple. Now you need a magic phrase. I'm responsible for...
I'm responsible for... That means I am in charge of something.
Exactly. This phrase allows you to introduce your main duties beautifully. For example, I can say, I'm responsible for planning the episodes.
Oh, I like it. So, to say my job duties, I can say, I'm responsible for writing the scripts and recording the show.
Very good. But did you almost say I responsible for just now?
You caught me. In my head, I was really thinking, do I need the am?
This is a small mistake many people make. You must always remember my favorite verb, to be. It must be I am responsible for to sound correct. Repeat after me. I am responsible for.
I am responsible for... Okay, it's locked in. I am responsible for making our listeners smile. Is that okay?
That is the best sentence I've heard today. It is definitely at the heart of your job. Besides this, we can use another sentence to describe the flow of the day. A typical day at work looks like...
A typical day. Oh, a standard working day. This is very useful. Let me try. A typical day at work looks like waking up, drinking coffee, and, checking emails?
It depends on what time you actually wake up. What you described sounds more like getting ready for work. We need to talk about the work part. For my work, a typical day at work looks like scripting in the morning, recording in the afternoon, and answering comments in the evening.
I get it. Describe the work content more specifically. Let me try again. A typical day at work looks like checking my emails first, then working on my main task, which is writing, until lunch.
Brilliant, Leo. That sounds just right. You sound very clear and organized now. I really want to hear a little story from you. When you used these phrases wrong before, did anything funny ever happen?
Of course! One time, I wanted to tell my American friend that I was responsible for answering customer calls. But back then, I didn't know how to use I'm responsible for. I just told her, I answer the phone. Every day. Many times.
I answer the phone many times.
Yes! She looked at me, so confused, and asked, So, you are a receptionist? A telephone operator? I quickly explained, No, I am in sales. She laughed so hard. She said I sounded exactly like a telephone operator.
That story is a classic. So you see, knowing how to say, I am responsible for handling customer calls over the phone can immediately let people understand your professional role, not just a phone answerer.
Absolutely, the feeling is completely different. Going from an operator to a professional responsible for handling client calls.
This is also why I love language so much. The right words can precisely shape your professional image. Okay, we've talked about our jobs now. So let's look to the future. Scenario 3. A friend asks you, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, that is also a very common but scary question.
Actually, we can answer it in a very relaxed and specific way. This is where our third magic tool comes in. You can answer by describing your dream, typical day.
Oh, I get it. Even if I don't have that job yet, I can say, my dream typical day looks like...
Exactly! This is so much more vivid than just saying, I want to be rich. Let me show you first. My dream typical day looks like this. I wake up in a seaside cabin, write for 2 hours with the view of the ocean, and spend the afternoon traveling and meeting local people for my stories.
Wow, that is a beautiful picture. I want to try too. My dream typical day looks like... I wake up, I don't use an alarm clock.
That's a very good start. Keep going.
I make a nice breakfast, and then I go to a big, bright studio where my team is already laughing. We record a fantastic episode with our listeners' stories all morning. In the afternoon, we just create new ideas and eat good food together.
Leo, that's incredible. You put me in your dream too. I can feel that sense of connecting people through good content and good food.
Of course, you are the one responsible for bringing the funny memes. And I am the one responsible for... What was it? I am responsible for making the coffee.
Your dream is to make coffee? What happened to that beautiful picture just now?
Just a joke. In dreams, I'm responsible for laughter. In reality, I'm responsible for the coffee. That's a fair deal.
Okay, that is a fair division of labor. Listeners, talking about the future in this way is really powerful. It's not about a boring job title, but about painting the picture of the life you want. All right, Leo, we really covered a lot today. It's time for a quick review. To face the what do you do question, what are the 3 conversation magic tools we learned?
Okay, first one. How to ask and answer. We ask, what do you do? And we answer, I'm a, or I work as.
Perfect. The second one?
Second, the super phrase for describing duties. I am responsible for. Never forget the M.
It's engraved in your brain now. The third one?
Third, the all-purpose sentence for describing a typical day and future dreams is, a typical day looks like...
Full marks. How do you feel right now? Now, I challenge you to create a 30-second small speech for yourself using these 3 phrases. The title is, When I Become a Famous English Podcaster. Go!
Okay, I'll try. So, when I become a famous English podcaster, explaining a new word will be my typical day. I will be responsible for connecting people from all over the world through funny stories. And my dream typical day will look like this. Morning coffee, afternoon live show with fans, and evening walks on the beach, just thinking about our next episode. No office, no boss, just English and sunshine.
Bravo, Leo! This is exactly why I love working with you. You are not just speaking fluently now, you are inspiring others to want to learn.
It's all thanks to you, Tina. I went from a guy frozen at a party to a dreamer describing sunshine and beaches.
That is the power of effortless practice. Remember, language isn't for memorization, it's for painting the picture of your amazing life. Dear listeners, now it's your turn.
Yes! Please use one or a few of the phrases we learned today and tell us in the comments. What does your dream typical day look like? Or, what fun things are you responsible for in your job now?
We will read every single one, and we are super excited to see your wonderful sharing. Thanks for listening to the English Corner. This is your daily dose of effortless English.
Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time.
Your daily dose of effortless English. Bye-bye.